What's going on, guys? Good to have you here in the live. If you're watching this on replay, good to have you watching as well. Just kind of finishing my setup here. Make sure everything is on the good. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Getting ready for the work week, possibly. Got a good podcast kind of planned out for you guys tonight. Going to do a little bit of Q&A. We've got a couple topics that we're going to speak on. A couple things going on in the wireless world. Get to your guys' questions. We could talk merger. We could talk T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, AT&T. We could talk pricing, markets, coverage, performance, devices, general questions, life questions, MMA, whatever. It's an open Q&A, guys. So I know Friday I had a guest. I had Altered Tech on the podcast. You guys can check that out. It's there in the channel lineup. That is there if you want to rewatch it. Had a really good time hosting and having Altered Tech there. One of my favorite new YouTubers over the course of the last probably handful of months. I've been watching his videos. Really good coverage. He does a lot of photography, camera performance testing, OnePlus coverage. Good stuff. Good channel. So it was an honor and a pleasure to have him on. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. It was a good show. Big shout out to Tito over at Aloha Android. Big shout out to Tom Spark. I see you, buddy. Good to have you on. The community's getting bigger, man. I've done some collabs now, and it's been a lot of fun, man. The channel's growing, the coverage is growing, my relationships within the community has expanded. It's been awesome. It's been really good. Blessed in the channel's growth, enjoying the ride with YouTube and as a creator, and it's been good so far. No complaints, man. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing tonight. That's has been going on. I'll give you guys an update on what we got for coverage from the channel. We'll talk about what's going on the Patreon, things like that. But as always, we'll get to the Q&A. I always look to you guys in the live chat to see what's going on there and kind of guide the conversation in the direction that you guys want to. So you guys have me for about 45 minutes to an hour. The Browns are playing Sunday Night Football, so at some point, I will be getting off because I want to watch the Browns in a big primetime spot against the LA Rams. So, yeah, I'll be with you until that time, though. I'll hang around. We got 32 in the live. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Those watching on replay, thank you. This is the basement. This is the man cave. It's for those of you that don't know, I just recently moved. I've been in for a couple of months. The house is kind of filling up as we go along, and I'll be filling it up. The TV will go behind me. You guys can see that bare wall. I'll put a nice 65-inch display up there. We'll get some decorations and different things up on the sides there. I might do some tech stuff. I might do some lighting. So we'll get it hooked up and looking real nice in the short term, hopefully. Let's go ahead, and you guys know how I do it here on the SMT channel. Whenever we do a podcast, we do the roll call. So for those of you in the live, Thomas Phillips is here. Thanks for being here. Ronald is here. I got Rafi holding it down with the big wrench. Rafi's got moderating duties. Trolls, haters, and suckers. Don't even try it. We got Rafi. He's got the big wrench. Watch yourself out there. Jessica is here. We got Benny in the house. Good to have you on. Greg A is in the house. Member of the Discord. Good to have you on, bro. Nick is here. Yep, we got the basement stream. Good to have you on, Adam. Thanks for stopping by. What's going on, Jess? Glad you can make it. Cheryl, what's happening? Good to have you on. Just JOK is in the house. Some tells me he's from across the pond. Yeah, we're live, Ronald. Good to have you on, man. George is here. Good to have you on. George, also a patron. George, thank you for being here. Bri, what's happening? Bri, also a patron, I believe. Got a long drive, man. Hopefully it's not that long. What's up, Tom Spark? Reviews is in the house. Big shout out to Tom Sparks Reviews, the VPN Lord himself, gracing his presence here at the live stream and the podcast. Thank you. Anybody, if you're hip, you've been in the podcast before, Rafi does throw up some links from time to time to some really good YouTube creators, as well as some links to help you save some money on visible service, as well as ways you can donate to the SMT production. So he'll be giving those shout outs out. Cheryl, good to have you on again. Steven, excellent. Thank you for asking. Hope you are well. All right. Robert's here. Says, has anyone here been successful at activating the hidden no port option on their carrier? SIM swap attacks have been prevailing recently. Oh, wow. That has been an issue. I think it's been an issue for certain carriers more than others. Definitely find ways, where you guys can secure your connectivities. It's definitely something worth to look into. People hijacking SIMs and then changing IMEIs on devices and getting into accounts. It's really, really bad. So always check into your security protocols with your carriers, and if there's anything you could do to prevent any type of hacks or breach of security. OnePlus coming out with the OnePlus 7T Pro, September 26th. Going to come out on T-Mobile and Verizon on October 15th. So that's what I've been hearing, Nick. I know about the Verizon action. Verizon's actually got some deals coming up. They've got some contracts with OnePlus, which is great. Love to get those Android devices, get that flagship level performance at a kind of a better price point. You don't have to spend $800, $900, $1,000 to get a good Android. I mean, $700 gets you in an iPhone 11. $700 can get you in the best Android can offer. Maybe not the greatest, but excellent. Very good. So, yeah. Madbird, good to have you on. Thank you for being here. He's also a moderator. Thanks for taking care of business. Gregory, good to see you on. Thank you for being here. Randy is in the house. Taking roll call. Good to have you here. Thanks, Rafi. Appreciate the update. What's going to happen to Boost Mobile if T-Mobile merges? You know what, Devin? I've got tons of video coverage on that topic. Boost is actually going to become an entity of Dish. So it'll be owned and operated by Dish Network. It'll be their prepaid segment. So it'll still be, I guess I should probably say this. It's going to be operating on the new T-Mobile network, but it will be a Dish company. So, it's just something to keep in mind. Your coverage is probably going to improve. Your performance will probably improve. Hopefully your pricing, if you like it, gets locked in. But there's certain things we don't know, but that's what we do know. Why am I in a basement? This is my house. This is my basement. This is where I film from. It's a decent finished basement. I just got to get it decorated, get the lighting going. It'll be nice. What's up, Gary Davis? What's happening? Good to have you on. He's got his PayPal account set up. There are links in the description of all my videos that has a PayPal share link. You can send over any donations or whatever monetary contributions you would like to. They are greatly appreciated. They're definitely not required, but they are appreciated. So thank you in advance for that, Gary. We'll give you a shout out if you do make a donation. We'll give you a shout out if you didn't have a donation. Just glad that you're here. Renardo says, very interested to see the new iPhones perform on the different networks. Hopefully, Renardo, it's a situation where the Intel chips that we saw last year's devices have, the 10S, the 10S Max, the 10R as well. The Intel chips in there were really bad radio performers. The LTE, the Wi-Fi had poor signal. They didn't really have very good speeds either. And the reason I know this is because my wife has a 10S Max. And wherever I was in the house, I had a stronger Wi-Fi signal than her. And wherever we were, I had a stronger LTE signal than her. And wherever we were, I had faster LTE speeds than her, both on the download and the upload. So it's definitely a problem that people are aware of. And hopefully it's a situation that Intel addressed and that the new iPhones improve. Something tells me that Qualcomm would have done them better, but they had these contracts in with Intel previously. They just signed contracts with Qualcomm, and that'll probably be available next generation. 5G chips will probably now be in-house for Apple moving forward. So that's kind of where it's at right now. But from what I understand, the devices are better with LTE connection and Wi-Fi connection. So that's good. Madbird, I have had a OnePlus device. I have a OnePlus 6T. I used it for several months. I loved it. It's probably the fastest phone I've ever used. Fluid, absolutely butter smooth, fast, an amazing UI. It's like pure Android, with nice features that are useful and helpful. I can highly recommend OnePlus devices, especially at the price point. All right, so there's the link if you guys want to make a donation to the SMT YouTube channel. If you can, great. If not, no problem. You are in no way, shape, or form obligated to make a donation. It's just something that if you want to show your appreciation to the SMT and you can, it's just a nice gesture that the SMT really appreciates. And all proceedings go to Yasmin's savings for college. I'm trying to, stack up some dough to give to her for school. You guys know how expensive college is, trying to get ahead. Oh, man, Randy, you guys are all on the winning side today. Madbird, I think I did. I think I'm going LG. Looks like I might go like an 8 series or a 9 series LG. Got up to about 70 to 75 inch. I'm going to go really, really nice. So looking forward to that. Yeah, I got the man cave going on. What's up, Martin? Good to have you on. Code 92818. I just wish we could have 4G LTE everywhere possible. Me too. I wish more places had some legitimate coverage. 10 megabits per second to 50 megabits per second nationwide would be awesome. Just not easy to do. What's up, Sheena? Good to have you on. Glad you could make it. Hey, listen, Tom's a nice guy. Nobody hit Tom Spark with the wrench, please. Daniel, good to have you on. Hideka's in the house. Discord gang in the house, well represented tonight. Thank you for being here. What's up, K Deuce? Good to have you on. K Deuce, a contributor to the channel. Always in the comments. Thank you for being there and getting involved with the community. If you guys are looking to save some money, try Visible Prepaid Service. Save yourself $20 there. A situation where using that referral code saves you $20 as well as the person who it's helping, which it is a retiree. Somebody who could definitely use that benefit. So good on both sides. Can't connect to T-Mobile's 2G or 3G. Well, Greg A., honestly, I don't see how that's necessarily a bad thing. Unless there's no LTE, then, yeah, I could see why you might be trying to get on it. What will happen to Boost Mobile if the... Devin, I think I already answered that. What up, Matt Dub? Another contributor to the channel. Good to have you on. You know what, Tom? It's a nice price, man. It's a nice price in that it's coming in at $699. Most people have gotten used to paying dang near $1,000 for a phone. So it's nice to see the entry-level iPhone, which was last year's model was priced at $749 for a 10R. Now we're seeing the 11, which is essentially the successor, coming in at $699. So $50 cheaper for the brand new phone. There's nothing that phone won't have that will make it suck, right? So it's going to be good. You're going to get updates for 4 or 5 years. The hardware is dependable. The performance should be fine. I mean, if you like the iOS devices, if you like iPhones, it's honestly, I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. I think it's going to sell really well. And I think it's a good all-around phone. It's not the greatest, but the difference between an 11 and 11S is $300. Do I think the 11S deserves $1,000? Probably not. Do I think the 11S Max deserves $1,100? Probably not. So if I was to be upgrading to an iPhone, I would be considering either the 11 at $700 or last year's 10R for $599. So $700, $599, $600 essentially. I mean, to me, those are the best two to buy right now. And you're going to get support for several years. What's up, Paul? Good to have you on. Matt Dub says hi to everyone. Remember to use two-factor authentication with apps, not numbers. So if you guys, I mean, one thing that Tom Spark does really, really well, it's all about security, making sure that you're protected online. Anytime you're trying to log in, always, if you have the option, create the setting, set it for two-factor authentication. You do that and you protect yourself best from getting in and out of apps, especially apps that need to be secured with personal information, account information, bank accounts, routing numbers, stuff like that. You definitely want to secure yourself. Thank you, Tom, for that suggestion and recommendation. And thanks for being here. Got an email the other day for a free upgrade to the S10 and a free Galaxy Tab 8. Might be something to consider, right? Some guy on Coinbase lost a shit ton of money due to that short of SIM attack. God, man, I've been hearing a lot about it. The SIM card situation is sketchy. I think carriers have to kind of hold up their end of the bargain a little bit more on security. Probably improve the systems that are in place for those checks. So, in my opinion, carriers could be doing more, and of course, the consumer could be doing more as well. But in that case, that's more carrier-based. They got to do more. Sheesh, Brian, man. He's covering a lot of miles, bro. Well, looking back at your email right here with a free upgrade to the S10, I mean, the S10 is a flagship Android, so if you need an upgrade, if your phone's outdated, performance is laggy, you're filling up storage, something like that, it definitely might be worth it. I don't know about the tablet. That depends if you'd use it. See, that's the thing. When people ask, is something worth it? It has to be worth it to you. Like for somebody who upgrades to a $1,000 device, it's worth it if you use the features and all the abilities of a $1,000 device. So for those that are content creators, film and edit on like a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, that's $1,000 plus. It's worth it if it helps you generate revenue, if it helps you become more productive, if it helps you be better at what you do. It's worth it. It's worth its weight in gold. Yeah, Madbird, I like the OnePlus devices. I really do. Shout out to Technoid. Maybe he'll join us tonight here in the live. Yeah, no bloat. Carrier bloat sucks. Slows down phones, takes up space and storage. Steven says, get around to looking at the T-Mobile hotspot thing I told you about. Just jog my memory again what that was exactly. Coverage in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll be moving there soon. Now, Sheena, what I will tell you, the best advice I would give you is the only true way to really know if a carrier is good in a certain city is to actually try the service there. And the way you do this is by just getting the service for a month, whether it's prepaid or postpaid. Now, what I will tell you is when you do this, you want to have an unlocked phone that is compatible with all carriers because you're going to be switching. Porting your number can be a pain a bit, but you want to end up with the best coverage possible. So that's really the best way to do it. Another option is to look at coverage maps. Unfortunately, sometimes carriers lie about coverage maps. But what you can do is there are online resources like OpenSignal, like Ookla Speed Test, where they have crowdsourced data from the general public that will give you speed test results all over the nation, all types of different countries. OpenSignal, Root Metrics, write those names down, check those names out online, and you can actually see, you could look up Louisville, Kentucky, what the average download speeds are, what type of coverage they get. Is it LTE? Is it a lot of 3G? I can tell you right now, Louisville probably is going to have good coverage from all carriers because it is a developed city. It's a city that has university life. It's a city that has sports. It's a city that has, a decent population of people. The carriers will be well represented there. So T-Mobile should be fine. Sprint should be fine. Verizon and AT&T are usually the go-to when it comes to carriers, but T-Mobile has really come up a long way. And I could tell you that in some markets, Sprint is amazing. So, if you don't have any objections to a certain carrier, I would say try them all or ask people in the area or check out those resources online. I hope I was able to answer your question. Madbird says Cell Mapper is another good one. Sure is. Check that out. Robert says, will both the new T-Mobile and Dish have sub-6 as well as millimeter wave? Yes to both. Dish's millimeter wave is limited right now. They don't have much, probably more so for testing and on a market-to-market basis. T-Mobile has millimeter wave national that they can deploy in terms of most markets across the nation, but it's not going to be their breadwinner, right? It's going to be kind of their auxiliary 5G slice. They're going to be focusing more on low band, and then with the merger, looking at mid band. But yes, sub-6, Dish and T-Mobile will have it, and with the merger, T-Mobile will have massive amounts of sub-6 with 2.5 gigahertz. I have Metro, but the service has always sucked. Devin, I'm not sure about your market. You know what I'm saying? But you might want to check into which providers have better service there. It's possible that Boost is better than Metro in your market. It's possible. Otherwise, you might be looking at a prepaid option from a company like Visible with Verizon's prepaid or AT&T. They both have decent prepaid options as well. As you might want to check into those. Big shout out to Coffee. They're sponsoring this podcast. All right. Can't access 2G or 3G. How's that such a bad thing? Yeah, LTE's become the main connectivity option. It's not really, any other way. What's up, Marco? Good to have you on. Man, I'm a little behind in the live chat. I'm trying. Just glad that iPhones are universally compatible network-wise again since last year's model. Yeah, the problem is when the carriers lock them. That's the issue. That's why I always recommend to people, buy your iPhones from Apple, SIM unlocked. Get the unlocked model. Don't buy your phones from carriers unless you're prepared to be with them for 2 years or follow their unlock policy. So, yeah. Gary, good to have you on, man. Jar Cohen, good to see you as well, my friend. Thanks for being here. All right, SMT Broadcast in 720. Hey, what's up, Xander? Xander, also a member of the Discord gang. Big shout out to him. I don't know about new scenery. This has been like this for a few of my last podcasts, so maybe new to you. It's probably been a while since you've been on. How will every phone work on 5G once it comes out? Not every phone is 5G compatible. In fact, other than the S10 Plus 5G, Note 10 Plus 5G, OnePlus 7 Pro 5G, LG V50 ThinQ 5G. Those are really the only devices. There's a Moto Z that has like an add-on, a 5G mod that can get access to 5G. 5G devices are going to start to become more and more available. Pricing is an issue. They're very expensive. Networks aren't really built out. So, you'll be on LTE if you don't have a 5G phone, essentially, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, at least not for the next few years. I'd say maybe start looking at possibly getting a 5G phone in the next couple of years. If you want to be on kind of like the cutting edge, maybe a year from now. If you want to be on the bleeding edge, maybe like middle 2020, right? Madbird says iPhone 11's so thick. I don't know. I've seen it and I've held it. It doesn't seem too bad to me. I guess it depends on what you're used to, right? Like what you're coming out of. T-Mobile is turning on L700, L600 in my area October 2nd. Your service is about to get a lot better. Best camera on any phone? Still photography in terms of like camera performance for like just pictures and photos. I don't know, man. The Google phones are still doing great. I think they just, they've got that Google magic when it comes to processing the photos, saturation, the colors look good. The night mode is really nice for photos. I think they're probably doing the best for photography. I think for video, there's other ways to go than Google. I think the Note devices, the LG, because they've got wide angle lenses for video and for camera photography and pictures. I guess it depends on your application. But like I said, still pictures, I think Google does it best. For video, I think Huawei as well as LG, as well as the Galaxy devices like the S10s and the Note 10s, they do really, really good videography. So Adam says, have you used eSIM in your Pixel at all? No, I haven't, but I might be going that way, actually. I might upgrade to the new Pixels. I don't know. Kind of depends on the pricing. We'll see. I know they'll be eSIM capable. I might do like a T-Mobile eSIM and then put a Verizon SIM in there. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure in some markets it falls back on that. It's going to be a market-to-market basis. I feel like they may be decommissioning one or both of those very, very soon. Some markets they may already have because they have full LTE there. We got 64 in the live. Thank you guys for being here. As you're coming in, do hit the like button. And in the live chat, go ahead and say your hellos. And if you're watching on replay, thank you guys for being here. Tom Spark Review says, I think iPhone 11 will with 1080p display would be an insta buy for me. I can't handle 720p. Tom, I think you're onto something there. I'm an HD kind of guy, like a full HD. 720p makes a huge difference. Like if you're used to 1080p and you go down to 720p, it's a big deal. I notice it. People say they can't notice the difference. I have no idea what they're talking about. I can clearly see the difference between 720p and 1080p. So I'm not going backwards. Usually I have a device that's quad HD, and then usually I have a device that's 1080p. And I'm not going down to a 720p. So in the case of the iPhone 11, I know it's not full HD and it's kind of a pain. People say it still looks good and it's fine and all that, but it sucks going down in display resolution. And actually, in terms of display technology, I'm kind of leaning towards a phone, my next device, to kind of have an improved refresh rate, like the motion display rate. I want to maybe look at a 90 hertz or 120 hertz display. I think that would be awesome. So really stepping up the display game would be sweet. I'd go with an 11 versus an iPhone XS, XS Max used. The XS and XS Max would actually be better. I'm just not sure where they'd be at for pricing. They'd probably be like the XS might be around that 700 point. Maybe the XS Max, or maybe the XS Max around 700. You get a XS for like maybe 600 or something, or 500. Not sure. Jamaal, a patron, thank you for being here, man. Thanks for stopping by. 2FA doesn't protect against SIM swap. Oh, well, I mean, just in terms of applications, I think he was talking about. 2G is dead. It's been long gone for a while, and soon 3G will be gone in the not so distant future. There are some networks that still go down to 1X. I'm not sure. Again, like I said, every network, different way of kind of phasing it out and market-to-market basis. Depends on your carrier. iPhone 1 on T-Mobile 2G. Come on, Robert. Come on, man. I only started using an eSIM for my iPhone, destroyed my physical SIM card. What happened there, man? Good thing you had eSIM. Devin says, is the Galaxy Note 10 Plus a good phone to go with, or is the S10? If the S Pen, is a deal breaker, then you go with the Note 10 Plus. If it's not, then I lean towards the S10 instead of the Note 10. Also, the money you're going to save on the S10 is going to be substantial. I'm hearing people are getting an S10s for like $500. So an S10 Plus for $500, a Note 10 Plus brand new, you're looking at $1,100 probably, depending on your configuration. So yeah, huge price difference, man. And if you buy used, you can save even more money on the S10. What's up, Francis? Good to have you on. What is the upgrade on the 7T? Not really sure. We're going to get the specs and all of that this week. I think September 26th is the announcement. I would expect, I don't know, probably the same processor. I would expect maybe an improvement to display, maybe an improvement to the camera. Maybe there's a charging feature, right? Maybe it's faster. They usually do small incremental updates when they do the Ts. Yeah, there you go. And if a neighbor can tell you what they have and what they use, that's always a good way. What's up, Heath? Good to have you on, buddy. The visible code doesn't work from Steve. Uh-oh. Ray's Mobile Carrier News. Big shout out to another YouTube creator. Good to have you on, buddy. Sorry about that, Steve. There's some recommendations from Daniel if you want to check those out, Devin. Xander says, shout out to Cox and the 60 frames we just dropped on the stream right now. Geez, man. Hopefully it's worked itself out. I don't know what to do, man. I've tried everything. I've upgraded to their most expensive plan. I've got the most high-end equipment that I can afford. I don't know what else to do. So hopefully it's not too bad. Please help me with the visible code. I don't know how to help you. I just know that that's the referral code to do. I don't know. Heard Philadelphia has joined against the merger. You mean Pennsylvania? Well, okay, because it's a state thing. It's not a city thing. T-Mobile actually unlocked my iPhone by accident, even though I still am paying on mine. Well, your benefit. Now you can use it with whatever you want. Huawei Pro 30. The Huawei Mate 30 Pro is a really boss of a phone. I would definitely consider it. Check the LTE band compatibility for your carrier, but it works excellent on T-Mobile. I can confirm that. I don't know about all the LTE bands for Verizon or Sprint. Double check that, but it is a really nice phone. Good design, excellent camera performance. Definitely something to check out. Devin, I believe they don't have it now, but it will be coming in Q4. So that would be essentially any month from now. So what's up, Steve Q? Good to have you on. Marco says one more nationwide and actually work well. Nationwide, like the way LTE is right now, probably like 10 years from now, because that's how long LTE's been going on. You think back to like 09, 2010, 2011, kind of like the entry points of LTE. So like the way LTE is now, 5G will be in 10 years. Market to market basis, where lots of markets have it, and most of the major markets start getting it, 3 to 5 years from now. 3 years for most of the big cities. They'll have substantial coverage, the big cities, and then it'll kind of start expanding, and we'll see more of it. So by 2025, we should have really good 5G networks. By 2030, they should be very, very high capacity and extensive. I couldn't put a percentage to it. I just don't know. There's a lot of factors there. Steve, I don't know what to tell you about the Visible service. Try to find another referral code if that doesn't work. Bat Jackson says, do you think the iPhone will get 5G next year or the following year? If I had to bet, I think they'll have it next year because they urgently made a deal with Intel to purchase their 5G arm, their business segment. So I don't know. If they're in a hurry to do it and they really expedite the research and development on the chips, you might have it next year. If not, and I think that's the most likely scenario, is we get it not next year but the following year. So expect a 5G chip from iPhone 2021. That's my estimation. 2023? Okay. I tried, Rafi. Is it true AT&T is merging with Canon? That's news to me. I haven't seen anything on that. The Exxon 10 is a pretty cool phone, actually. Sneaks? What's up, Tom? Good to have you on. What's up, Troy? Good to have you as well. Heath says Metro is getting better. Well, if T-Mobile is getting better, Metro is getting better, which is good. We like to see the prepaid options improve for the consumers. Jesse's in the house, says, what's up, everybody? How about them Cowboys? No! The Cowboys look really good this year. The offense is humming. Maybe today they kind of were a little lackluster. Expected them to really spank the Dolphins, but maybe the Dolphins just showed up, or maybe a situation where the Cowboys didn't bring their A game. Yeah, we established that, Steve. We know the iPhone 11 is 720p. Yeah, what's up with that? Everybody hear out George? Everybody see the comment there? Let's get some likes up in here if you're watching this in the replay, or if you're in the live, go ahead and like the video. Help it get into the algorithm, get more people watching it. Gary says, how fast is 700 and 600 megahertz? They're not really fast bands. They can be fast when they're aggregated with other bands, but they're more coverage bands. Those are low band frequencies, so they're more about getting you some LTE in extended range areas. Yeah, I agree with you, man. 326 pixels per inch. It's not very impressive. Most people like to see their displays up around 400 to 500 pixels per inch. I mean, that's pretty high. But hey, everybody, who cares? 1080 or 144 is all the same. It's only one difference. If you say so, man. All right. Verizon does 1X upstate New York. I mean, at least you can call on it, It would be nice to see them get some LTE up there. iPhone 11 has awesome cameras. I'm hearing the iPhone 11 camera performance is very good. The stills look really good. I'm excited to see what the video can do because people do a lot of video filming, and creators will film segments of their videos with iPhones and stuff like that. So excited about that. Got a big super chat from the Midwest guy. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate the kind donation. Can you explain to me what upload used for FaceTime? In terms of speed, if you're going to have a good FaceTime interaction, you're probably going to want at least 5 megabits per second on your upload. I would recommend 10 megabits per second on the upload, and you would have like zero issues. It would be super, super clear. It'll be high definition. Should be fine. Once you get below 10 megabits per second, it could be touch and go at times. 5 would be okay. I don't think you'd have issues. But once you get into that like 1 to 2 megabits per second, FaceTime can be an issue. I hope I answered your question correctly, if that's what you were looking for. Oh, man. All right. Daniel's laying it on too, man, the whole 720p thing. Look, man, it helps them save money. They say the displays are good enough. People are buying them. I mean, I don't agree with them. I'm with you. But it's just the state of affairs with Apple. That's kind of what they do. All right, good. Glad to hear it's awesome here. When does mobile handsets usually get a price drop? Depends on the manufacturer. iPhones don't get price drops for about a year when the new models replace them. Samsung start to get price drops almost immediately. LG's as well. Midway through the year, maybe 6 months after Samsung's been released, you might pay half. Slaw OTS. What's up? I did Google Find My Unlocked Device. How's that working out for you, Slaw? Hopefully it's a good experience. Also, like, what type of usage are you getting? Are you on an unlimited plan? Are you just using a couple gigs a month, mostly Wi-Fi kind of situation? I think I'll lean toward a OnePlus 7T 5G if there is one. Yeah, but something tells me they've got to make a millimeter wave version for Verizon. They've got to make a mid-band one for Sprint. They've got to make a low-band one for T-Mobile and a low-band one for AT&T. So they'll be, if they're going to be making them for certain companies, that's how they'd be, because that's what the Galaxy Note has to be. They don't right now, but in October they will. Okay. Pennsylvania has. Okay, yeah. Let's see what's going on here. PayPal's on slow-mo. I don't know, man. Technology is awesome until it doesn't work. Then it sucks. We just got a new cell site. It's just what up yesterday in the stream where I was live. Awesome. Coverage should improve. Speed should get better. Huawei Mate 30 Pro is not going to have Google service on it. Oh, man. So no Google Play services means no apps. You're going to have to side load everything. It's going to be rough. Chase from Lego says, when 5G is in Dallas, does that mean it only works on Dallas? Because before T-Mobile Metro PCS only worked in one area. I don't know. I'm not even really sure I understand your statement there. If you have a 5G compatible device and you are on a Metro SIM, you should essentially still have access to their 5G network. Jarko and the Eagles lost today to the Lions? It's a sad day. Would you try AT&T 5G when it comes out in your area with an unlocked phone, even though you hate AT&T, just to try it out, or no? Yeah, I'd try it out, Jess. I would try it. I think it's important for people to know about the service. I'm willing to put aside my personal thoughts and opinions on a company in order to inform my, subscribers. I think that's fair. If it's going to deprive my subscribers and viewers of important information, I think I'm doing myself a disservice. I think I'm doing them a disservice. So yeah, I'd try it. Jesse says, any questions I should ask the Metro leadership team? Yeah, ask them what's going on with the selling of the used phones. That was some really bad press, man. A couple weeks ago, that story broke. That was pretty horrible. Michael Reed, you can't find the like button. Go ahead and X out of the live chat, and it'll be in the left-hand side there. Thanks for asking that. Any word on the iPhone 11 Pro Max Intel chips being better this year than last? My 10s Max is subpar to Qualcomm. Sean, I would say that they are improved. From what I understand, they're better, but they're still not as good as the Qualcomm chips they were using a couple of years ago. So is it worth it to upgrade? Possibly. I don't know how big of a difference it's going to make, but from what I understand, they are better. So the reception is a little bit better. The signals are a little stronger. Speeds are a little better. I just don't know if it's substantial enough to make a difference for you. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be paying full on a new device. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of trade-in that you could take advantage of, and it would be worth it. MA Records says, which carrier is going to be the first leader of nationwide 5G? We don't really know. I can tell you who I think is best positioned for 5G, and that's AT&T. They've got low band, they've got mid band, and they have millimeter wave. They're sitting pretty for 5G. Verizon has the money. Verizon has the know-how. They have the technical infrastructure and the systems to succeed in 5G, but they need the mid band. T-Mobile needs the merger, and then they're set for 5G. And Sprint has no money. So while they do have the spectrum, they don't have the money. So every company has some kind of flaw except for AT&T. They really don't. They'll expand, they'll add more spectrum as they need, but they're in the best position right now. So if you put a gun to my head and asked me, who is going to be the first leader or the only leader of 5G, I would say AT&T. Saw a 5G site going up where I live. I don't know which carrier. Depends on the market. I could kind of give you an estimate of who it is. Chances are it's Verizon because they've got 30 markets that are supposed to get 5G between now and the end of the year, and they're at 10. They'll have 11 by the end of this week. So that means they've got 19 more sites to go. And, I mean, that's probably who it's going to be. But it could be AT&T. It could be T-Mobile. Who knows? All right, try that referral code, Steve. Maybe that'll help. Hopefully that helps out. Brian says in the future you'll be able to drop Cox and get Verizon 5G home service and pray it doesn't rain during the live stream. Well, Brian, actually, Verizon 5G home services will be standards-based, won't be proprietary, and it'll probably be really good, actually. And I actually have a video coming out about Verizon and their infrastructure and their deployment of fiber, and I'll talk more about it, but their home and residential 5G will be really, really good. So, but yeah. All right, so currently, Marco, the problem there is Boost makes you activate the phones through them. They have a certain activation process. I don't think they let you do SIM swaps like that, matching ESNs and IMEIs and all that. Metro's the same way. But on postpaid, you can move any SIM card to any phone you want as long as the phone is unlocked. So, yes. Jason says, where I live, Cricket, 5 miles from Jasper, Alabama. Maybe, so you're talking good AT&T coverage, then it's probably good. Xander says, have you seen the 4K video on the 11 Pro Max? Looks pretty damn good if you are pretty stable. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The cameras seem to be the calling card for these new devices. But I will say this, if you're coming out of a 10S, if you're coming out of a 10S Max, are you or should you be willing to upgrade and pay all that extra money to upgrade for the additional camera performance? I don't know if it's necessarily worth it because next year's iPhones will have all these great camera features, plus they'll have some Qualcomm chips, plus they'll have some additional features, maybe a redesign of some sort. Maybe the notch gets smaller or eliminated. Who knows? I don't know. I would hold off unless you're coming out of an 8 plus, 7 plus. Anything older than that, I would definitely say go ahead with if you want that really amazing camera performance. Man, I wonder if the Browns game started. You guys have had me on already for a while. My plan was to be on here just, through the start of the Browns game, and then I was going to get to it. But I do want to get to everybody's questions and comments and stuff like that. So I know the Browns game just started, but, I'll hang tight a little bit longer before I get to the game. I have no problem with the referral code. Hopefully somebody can use it. They already said to have had the OnePlus 7 Pro 5G. It worked with Sprint. From what I understand, that's mid-band only, though. iPhones don't drop prices on Black Friday. What they do is they give you $100 after gift cards. Yeah, so then you end up spending it right back with them anyways. Is Samsung going to merge the Note and the Galaxy? So the Galaxy S line and the Note line, that seems to be the rumor. That seems to be the speculation. It's possible, introducing the Galaxy Fold as the new, I guess, specialty device. The Note was always known as like the true flagship. Some people called the S the flagship, but really it was always the Note. The most features, the most capabilities, the strongest, the most powerful. So yeah, I've been hearing that. Ricky Florida Keys, good to have you on, man. Happy Sunday to you as well. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're wearing those alternate jerseys. That'd be sweet. Are they in LA or are they in Cleveland? I don't even know. What I mean when 5G is not the spot, only the spot till the 5G. I don't know. Is in that spot, only that spot till the 5. Yeah. It's going to be limited in how fast it could. PayPal hijacked my donation. I don't see a notification that it was sent. So, Gary Davis, I'll look to see if I see anything going on there. Frankie Castro says, "Hi, Steve. Outstanding job on the. Keep it up." Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate the kind words. Michael Reed's 10Q. I don't know what that means. Tank for Tua campaign. They're going to be bad the rest of the year for sure. Sounds like dealers were doing their own thing. Yeah, that's probably true. I don't think the dealers were doing right by anybody. Good coverage on Fi. Heavy Wi-Fi user. Just sip mobile data during the work week. Nice. So maybe just use a few gigs. Help you save some money going with Fi then. Hey, no problem, Sean. Glad you could be here. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Thanks, Rafi. All right, 720p up in Hither. Bears and Redskins Monday night. That should be an interesting game. I like the Bears defense. I don't know what's up with Mitch. Redskins are exciting. Terry McLaurin and the receiving core, they're actually surprising. Yeah, DirecTV seems to be a really, really bad investment for AT&T. God, we got 72 in the house. Awesome. Good to have you guys on. As you guys are coming into the live chat, do say hello. Drop me a comment if you're watching this on replay. Please, by all means, do go ahead and like this video. Hit that like button. Help the channel get out there. Help the video get out in the algorithm. What's up, Delon? Good to have you on. When Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile renamed to Dish Mobile, when T-Mobile Sprint merge. I don't know. Maybe they just all go to Boost, or something like that. They move them all to like one company or carrier. If I activate through Boost and then decide to leave, they won't lock my phone. Depends if it's their phone. Like if you bought it from them, it's locked. So, live in Lake Tahoe, Little Roller, Mountain Town. I know where Lake Tahoe is, about 100 miles east of Sacramento. So, Verizon. If it's real, extended away from developed area, Verizon and AT&T may be your only option. But it's worth a shot to check on it, and see what they got going on. There is the latest low-band T-Mobile updates. No, we're not doing a 2-hour stream. What do we got here? Millimeter wave, sub-6 gigahertz NSA should be all set for all networks. All right, well, that'd be cool. I mean, that makes it, worth it to buy. Thanks, Raf. Appreciate the kind words. Is Cricket ever got to get 5G since Cricket is not anytime soon? Cricket's always like the redheaded stepchild of AT&T. Next Tuesday, bringing in with some free Burger King. Wish I ate that stuff, man. I really don't do too much fast food. Yeah, get in your last questions, guys. I'll be wrapping up pretty soon. Hey, man, no problem. Glad you could stop by and be here. Yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, support productions, please, by all means, do leave a PayPal donation. Get a special shout-out from the SMT, just like the one I'm about to give to Jeremy Clifton for his PayPal donation. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for providing, monetary donations to the channel. Very generous and kind of you. Thanks. Big shout-out to Jeremy. He's also got moderating duties tonight. He's here. There he is. All right. What's up, Daniel? Good to have you on. Jess says, how is T-Mobile working out for you so far? It's been great. It's been fast. It's been reliable. It's been all LTE. The upload has been serviceable. The download has been very good. I haven't really dropped LTE or disconnected. No dropped calls. No dead spots. No 3G. It's been really, really good. I've been very happy. I'm going to be keeping it long term, I think. I mean, I obviously want to try it for the full 30 days first, but I don't see how it's going to change. I do have to figure out why it's not working well at my house, though. Hey, into tech and working out. Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words. There's a code to help you guys save some money. If you want to try the Visible service, go ahead and use that referral code. Save yourself $20. Was on Power Pole in neighborhood. I don't know if that makes a difference. T-Mobile and Verizon have seemed to be putting up the most small cells, so my guess is one of them. Something tells me Verizon. If you take a picture and maybe email it to me, I can let you know what I think it is. Okay, cool. Which video are you talking about, Technoid? Are you talking about the MMA video? Yeah, I just actually I saw that Ricky Florida Keys. I mean, it makes sense. They want to get in on the 2.5 gigahertz through the merger, but they might also be looking to purchase some. So who knows? Ladybird YouTuber said cricket is the ugly stepchild. I call it the redheaded stepchild, man. I don't know. TV's coming, man. I'm gonna probably be buying it this week. Do you think T-Mobile will win the race to 5G if the merger finally gets approved, or regardless, either way, AT&T will be first? I mean, AT&T is still ahead, even with the merger. The thing is, like, the end game. Like, within 2 or 3 years, who's got a better 5G network nationwide? Possibly T-Mobile with the merger. But first, to really deploy and get things going is still going to be AT&T. Merger is going to take time. The integration is going to take time. So that's kind of the way it is. Would AT&T consider selling DirecTV to Metro? What sort of and how much spectrum do they have? T-Mobile can maybe merge with DirecTV. I don't know. I don't think AT&T is in a position to sell DirecTV right now, but they're definitely considering it. I don't know about home theater other than I'll do a nice monitor. I'll do a good sized TV. I'll get a nice solid sound bar. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Bobox 0807? Do you have any suggestions for wireless internet? I can't get cable internet in my area. Sheesh. Wireless internet. NetBuddy, maybe? Possibly. That's AT&T service, puts you at about $65. What I would say is maybe check to see if AT&T has good service in your area and try NetBuddy. Might be a good option for you. Did you contact T-Mobile? No, I got to do that, Troy. I'm going to do it sometime this week. If T-Mobile works out for you, would you drop your Verizon service? Probably not. Verizon's still really good around here. It's still faster than the T-Mobile in most places, but in some places the T-Mobile one's faster. But again, speed's not the only thing that matters to me. In fact, most of the time, speed does not matter. It's more about the consistency and the performance, and actually upload speeds matter to me because I upload video. All right, that should be interesting, Michael. I'll check it out. Yeah, sure. You got it, man. I'm going to probably go 65, maybe 70, 75. Depends on the deal I get. I'm trying to stay under 1,000. Sprint's name and assets got to be gone when they merge with T-Mobile due to the debt and they agree to merge. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be the new T-Mobile. So, I mean, that's pretty apparent. They made it pretty clear. Yeah, let's wrap up the last questions. I'm moving kind of quick here. They didn't deduct the money out of the bank account, then good. It didn't go through. If you really want to try a donation, try it again, man. I don't know. It's all good. No problem, though. Star is coming in 2020 and Denver's need, according to a rep I spoke to. Yeah, it's on its way. It's going to be available to a lot of markets. It's going to be a game changer. I don't know what type of latency it's going to have. I know the speeds are going to be good. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, of course, you can make a donation anytime. We'll get you a shout out on the next video. Thanks, Gary, in advance. AT&T is who I use. They give me great service. Boboxon, I would try NetBuddy. $65 a month. I don't know if they have like an auto pay discount or whatever, but get yourself a Nighthawk router modem and then get the NetBuddy service and you're good to go. Hey, no problem. Hope it works for you. Hope it helps out. Hey, that'd be sweet. I mean, I'd try it. I'm definitely not happy with what I have. Can I just send the pic on Discord? Or yeah, you can send the pic on Discord, sure. But if you want to send to email on a more personal side, sneedmobiletech@gmail.com. Yeah, that'll work. There's a suggestion for you there. Starry's doing 200 to 300 megabits per second. That's pretty good. That's impressive. Bat Jackson says, which iPhone do you have and do you plan on upgrading? I have an iPhone 7. Do I plan on upgrading? Maybe. Depends on what type of a trade-in deal or upgrade deal I can get. If it's compelling, maybe I get a gift card. Maybe they give me $400 or $500 for the phone. Then I'd consider upgrading. I really don't want to upgrade through a carrier. I'd much rather upgrade through Apple, but we'll see. Hey, Raf, thanks for being here, and you're very welcome, of course. Did you put Cell Mapper on your T-Mobile phone yet? Actually, I'm going to do that tonight, and I'm definitely going to be doing some scouting over the next couple of days. All right, so we're going to be wrapping things up here. We're almost an hour in. When we hit an hour, I'm going to close out the podcast. But I do want to thank you guys for being here. If you have any final comments or questions, please get those in here in the next 150 to 200 seconds. Let's see here. Don't believe me? Looking at the comment section proved it to me. I'll check it out, man. Does your T-Mobile phone have a 5G modem? Nope, I'm using the Google Pixel 3 AXL. So no 5G modem there. Paul, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, man. I appreciate the support. Tom, I'm working on getting a Note 10 Plus 5G. Once I get that device, get it unlocked, we're good to go. We'll do some testing. Yeah, for those of you that are here in the live, please do like this video. For those on the replay, like this video. Appreciate you guys being here. Let me know you appreciate it by hitting the like button. And if you are in the live, go ahead and do say hello, as we may also be saying goodbye very soon. All right, so PayPal is giving me step-by-step instructions. Okay. All right, cool. Hopefully it ain't too difficult. 48 likes, that's pretty good. Thank you guys for liking the video. All right, so like I said, we're 58 minutes in. My goal was to be on here for, 30 minutes to an hour. We've surpassed my expectations. It was a good live stream. It was a good podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A part. I tried to get to as many questions as possible. I do want to get to the Browns game. My Brownies are on. It is Sunday Night Football. They're playing the LA Rams. High-profile game. Hopefully the Browns can pull off a big win, build momentum off their win against the Jets last week. I'm very excited, so I'm going to go watch it. I want to thank you all for being here. Big shout-out to the patrons over on Patreon. Big shout-out to the SMT Nation over on the Discord. You guys can check out the links in the description box below for those communities. And there is a PayPal link in the description box below if you want to leave a smaller occasional monetary donation to help production here on the channel. I want to thank all of my moderators, Rafi, Madbirds, Jeremy Clifton, all my peeps out there, Technoid, all the channels that have contributed to the SMT, like Technoid, like Altered Tech, like Tom Sparks Reviews. If you're into VPNs, check him out. Those are all friends and associates of the SMT, so definitely check them out. I also want to thank the viewers, the commenters, the subscribers. I want to thank the haters. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I want to thank all of you. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Thank you all who provided a super chat. Thank you all who provided a PayPal donation of any monetary amount. The gesture in and of itself means so much to me. All the likes, all the dislikes. Thank you guys again. I think I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. Great podcast. Be on the lookout. Get your daily updates from the SMT. So make sure you're subscribed and bell notified so you never miss an upload from the SMT. I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the night or day whenever you're watching this. I'm the SMT, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.